Good afternoon or evening, and welcome to another stream with Lou. Today we're going to be reconstructing our deep desert base, and we are pretty much ready to get going. I've already packed the first the first assault carrier full of stuff, and we'll have to probably do it. We'll have to do a second trip to pick up the remaining stuff, which currently is sitting in a safe. So, shall we get going? Just the volume just a little bit. I noticed yesterday that the game volume was just a little bit loud over my mic, so hopefully that makes it just a little bit better. Also, it turned up the music a little bit because that sounded a bit low. Tell you what, audio technicians, they are really good at what they do, because tell you what, it's the nightmare of my streams is trying to get the audio just right. it appears to be like a near ending task by trying to get it so that it sounds good when you listen back to it. And the only way I know is by listening back to it afterwards, because I've tried it a couple of times during the stream and it just don't seem to get the right feel for it during that point. It's not when I listen to it kind of like off the pressure and everything else and I'm all relaxed that I can actually listen to it properly and go, yeah, and critique it better. My live critiquing of my own audio is not too great. Or it's just I'm not paying enough attention. I'm just thinking I need to get the stream carried on and stuff. So one thing I have done is I have staked our claim. So I've already come out here just after reset, and I staked it so no one can actually build where we built last time. Just because I actually really like it. The more I think about it, it's more like I really do want to put it back there again. So this might become like a weekly routine where I after the actual reset, I'll come into the game and just stake it, because obviously I do work, so I need to like stake a bit of time on work. Just at least stake the base. Tower, it's weird. We've got a nice, hopefully, spot. He says. I don't think you can take it like what I've put is I've almost done it a bit like what you do in Rust, where you just do what they refer to as a 1x1. We literally have a 1x1 that has our, rather than a TCU, it just has a kind of like a base in it. Not our base in it, but it has our claim unit in it. And obviously, in order to be able to keep it and stop anyone from being able to take it and also protect it, I've had to I put just like one power thing on the top, just to cover the shields. I need to put this quite close, because if I put it close enough, it should be caught by the storage box that I'm going to put down first. So this should be the exact centre where it is at the moment, because this is where it went down. Just close the door, mate. voice leaks. Okay, so I'll take. Actually, let's move our thing off. All I need to do is. Okay, so I did have an experiment of actually trying to mess around with the actual blueprint thing, and it's actually not too hard. So I actually think it is actually, you can move it to put it down even if your structure blocks go into the ground, and you'll see it when I did it, because I tried it on a flat piece of ground, even though that it was created off this area where it has really deep into the ground kind of structural supports, and it kind of just put them into the ground. So I'm hoping that that will kind of be what happens over here. Thing is, I just need to move a few of these things out of the way, because the one thing I did notice, oh, can't move it, I need to put it on the spot, I'm going to have to build something down there. The one thing I did notice is, oh, and I don't have any water with me, do I? I'm in the sun. Don't think I have any water with me. Hopefully, actually, I might have water with me. Hopefully, I did put some of the water with me. I didn't bring any of the water with me. I was really hoping I'd put the water with me, because I was here this afternoon, and I why can't I access my own vehicle? That's great. We might have to go back a bit early than I expected. I did actually mean to bring water out with me. And the only problem is, at the moment, there is one way I can get around this. Just stay in the vehicle. Yeah, totally forgot about that actually. James needed to get the water. So what I'll need to do is I'll need to create a base on the corner of this, essentially. Move a couple of these things into the corner, because when we go to use the blueprint thing, it won't allow anything to be in the center where you're trying to place it. It'll say there's an object in the way. So essentially what we'll have to do is we'll need to kind of I think it's sunsetting now, or at least it's coming away from this area, so I can get out of the vehicle. One thing I've noticed is if you're in the back seats, you can't seem to get out. I'm not sure if like they meant to do that, but I noticed the first time I actually got out of it, it just doesn't seem to let you in and out. That's it. Need to go and get some. Although I obviously don't have any space. But that's 26. Hit that. 25. That's a number that works. It's 25, 25, so it should swap, but it doesn't. temporarily put something on the floor. Only thing, I've packed so heavily that I literally didn't have any space to move things around. Just so I can maximise bringing stuff out, and obviously it's going to work. Okay, let's build quickly a block here. Well out of the way, so it shouldn't hopefully get in the way of what we do up here. Need this R block. R block. We should be able to deconstruct this. Probably just take the walls down. I should put these things back and then pick up the batteries before they despawn. This is a note for self, like I'm going to learn this for next time I do it, because I know next time to not be so eager to bring everything, just like max out everything. I just need to leave a little bit of space and remember to bring the water. Be better when the sun goes down, which it's not far from going the sun down, so I might just wait for the sun to set before we take this down. We'll wait for the sun to go down. Once the sun goes down, it'll be easy to build and we don't have the sun in the way, at least until the sun comes back up. But it should be enough time to quickly get up the base structure, or enough of it, so that when the sun does come back out, we've got somewhere to hide in the shade. Because as soon as I take this down, then we won't have the shade at present, although it's almost close to sunsetting now. Put as much of this in, just because that'll help. Should be up a little bit more space, because we'll take, when we deconstruct that stuff, we'll actually take some of the stuff with us. We kind of put in as well, yeah. Anything already in there. Any space is good space. Okay, sun's gone down. We should be able to deconstruct now and start constructing the base. So, when I get to the top, deconstruct what we've got here, which is what we need to keep clean. Already start dropping stuff. Okay. This is the fun part. Must be placed in your lab. Because obviously I can't see everything, which is the real awkward part. When I tried this, I actually think I can do it while I'm in the way. I don't think it does it. I actually did this from distance when I tested it. I might have to try and find somewhere, like maybe over there, and try and point it over. Yeah, I knew this part would be challenging. Back that off a second. It really does help if you've got some elevation to where you're trying to place it down. Thing is I'm placing it on the highest point, so not the best. Not for the like what I'm trying to do. I don't think I'll push it that far away because it just wants to be with me. Try something else. I did say today was going to be a big experiment, and I'm definitely correct in that, saying that. Obviously I'm not going to place it on the plane, but I'm thinking if I can stand on the plane, as long as it doesn't recognise the plane as an object, which it probably will, but we'll see. I might get the elevation I need to be able to see. Try this and see if this helps or not. No, it's been blocked by another object, so that will be the plane. I hope it's the plane. But if I place this just outside, and even though it won't be quite level, I might be able to just stand on top of it. Have enough elevation to. Come on. Be nice. Oh, there we go. Must be placed on all areas you land. You can see the little red parts. That shows you when you haven't got everything. And I think at the moment it's just close. I can see just something right at the back that's not quite clicking. I need to park this bit further away. Although if I park further away, let's see. It's parked further away. You have less elevation. Why is the not lower down here? Too far away now. Yeah. You can just do it from there. Actually, what I could do is I could build some blocks. Ah, that's a new idea. A new idea. thinking on the job. We'll build some blocks and we'll climb the blocks and stand on the blocks, and that will then be able to go to the elevation. We'll build them where they shouldn't get in the way. Materials. Go. Flash next to the wrong one. So can't wait. Also very conscious that I'm almost out of water. My still suit's also not very full because I had to use a lot of it this afternoon to keep alive. This should hopefully go to the elevation I need now to place the thing up. I can at least get this place down, and that's one object done. Topped by another object. Yeah, I've got a feeling that's the maybe the object in the middle. Let's go in red. Dehydrated. I know. I am going to have to go drink some water, because if I don't, we will die out here. I have probably just enough water in the still suit to last. See my health take a dramatic fall very soon. Must have found a tank that's just like so slow to fly, like ridiculously slow. hopefully we stay alive long enough just to get to the base. Luckily I actually do have water on each level, so or access to the water supply on each level. A good thing to do if you have many levels like I do, you make sure you build like water access levels into your water supply. I'll go and get the water containers so that we don't do what we've just done again. And then we can get back to trying to place the blueprint down, which, like I said, it's not actually as hard as I feared, but it is tricky, as you've seen, because you do need to have some good elevation to be able to see how you're placing your blueprint down. And I had a moment of inspiration. I've actually put my own platform down, because when I did it trialing it, I actually did it where there was actually some place I could actually project it down to, and I was like, oh yeah, you can do it. But then think, oh yeah, when I put my base down, I don't have this elevated area to put it up. So yeah, I didn't quite think that through when I did that. Oh, leave patches. That's not enough. We'll leave some water, some of this. Back. Come back for all that stuff. That's all the stuff that's in there is the remaining stuff that we need to take out on a what would have been a second trip, will now be a third trip, but we only have to do it twice from what I've projected, so it's not too bad. Like, I've heard guilds doing several trips, so with what I've come up with to put the base together and stuff, you can do in 2 trips with an assault ornithopter, and yeah, you pretty much have like everything. Like I don't have a large refinery yet, but and that does take up actually quite a bit, so that could mean like probably a ship by itself. So at least I get a carrier. I think once you get a carrier, then it will become a lot easier. The fact I don't have a carrier at the moment, but I do obviously have the assault like ornithopter, which that in itself is pretty okay. Like, it's not great, but it's not bad. I really thought when I seen people not being able to glide these that they just weren't very good at flying, but I have come to realise myself that these really don't glide very well. Even with the booster, it doesn't seem to do that much. Like, you have to be on a downward plane to get any real boost out of it. Although it should be, apparently it should give you good boost upwards, which it was doing there up the wall. It doesn't seem to do it like when you're trying to gain altitude, just like a normal altitude, slow altitude. You must have to do it more like a rocket, directly up, and you get some thrust. Once we do get the main blueprint down, which was pretty much the hardest thing to do, the rest of it should be really straightforward. It should be a case of really making sure you've got a container down, which will be the first thing you do. You'll get the container down, and then once you've got the container down and the floor down, we should then, what I'll probably do then is go and get the second run of stuff, because then what we can do is just spam everything and create it, because it's not that we're actually having to make it. Hi Luna. How are you? I'm good, thank you. I hope you're having a good day. Do you play Dune? There is a slight little bit of latency if you're wondering why I don't answer completely straight away. I think it's about 20 seconds. It depends actually what platform you're on. If you're on Twitch, it's less than on YouTube, which there's a slightly bigger delay. Although I've noticed the quality is slightly better. What do you think of the game? Have you got bored of it yet? Like, I'm hearing a lot of players starting to say that they're getting bored of it, and the end game PvP stuff's not very good. Like, I can't not disagree, but I also think you need to give it a bit of time because it's still a new game. Yeah. Need to pick them up if I can, because they'll despawn. They'd be nowhere now. Demolish that. Climb this. Hopefully we can place it down now. The sun's come back out. Amazing. Hoping to get this blueprint down before the sun came back out. But oh well. Let's try. Support. Actually, it says not enough support, but that's perfectly fine from what I found the other day. The main hardest thing is just to make sure everything's in the base. So I think we'll try and place it there. Confirm placement. I'm confirming placement. It says not enough support. Like, we may need to, there is a chance we may need to remake the whole thing. Thanks very much. This is it's, have you experimented with all the different like stuff that you've made for yours, like the outfits and stuff like that? This is actually a UI thing that he's currently wearing, my character at the moment. So it's like not the default sort of stuff. It's like just what, like, I'm not sure if it's part of, because I did get the highest pack. I'm not sure if it's part of the add-on or DC stuff, but my level at the moment is 166, so it's not quite the top at the moment, but it's not far off. I've completed all of the, well, most of the all the main mission lines. I've done a lot of the submissions, and also completed 3 of the main skill trees as well. I've done the Ben Gesserit one, the planetary one, and the assassin one fully. Yeah, I think we might have a problem placing this down. And it might go back to what I originally had a fear of, and it's like, because my blueprint has supports built into it, I've got a feeling I might need to make it on the ground. It did say this yesterday, and I just thought, well, maybe just let you place it without the support. Are you experienced, Jennifer, or I should say Luna, Jennifer? Have you placed a blueprint, one of these blueprints down, And can you confirm for me whether or not you do have to have a flat ground if you have an uneven blueprint that you've created? So this is obviously a blueprint copy of the base that was exactly roughly around here. But as you can see, this has a number of blocks that, well, they go in the ground at the moment. And this is obviously complaining that it doesn't have the support. I've got a feeling it's because, well, obviously it's not in the right exact area, but I've got a feeling it's because the blocks are not quite touching somewhere, maybe. I was hoping you could just put it in and then fill in the parts that don't, where it doesn't have the support that it wants. Foundation beneath terrain. They won't let me confirm it. That's really annoying. And thanks for the subscription, Luna. So, how experienced are you with regards to setting these blueprints down? Because this is my first time of actually trying to use a blueprint. I'm not going to lie. I'm here to learn. But, as you can see, I've tried to place one down. And I'm getting into a load of issues which I expected to actually have. But then on my test go of trying to place the blueprint down, I seem to get further than I thought I would have got. But I didn't actually go any further than where I've got now, and that's like just being able to push it down, but the part that I can't do is confirm it. Which then, once you confirm it, I'm guessing it'll let me then start being able to build. I play on a PC, so I've got a very powerful computer, and I play it off that. I need to put the wall up because that sun is ridiculous. Self a shade. Do you play on the PC or a PlayStation? I was aware it was available on the PlayStation, but I wasn't aware if you can. So, are you aware whether they have allowed cross consoles to play on the same instance? I know some games do allow it, but I've not heard that this game was one of those. The fact you've asked me whether I'm on a PlayStation, I didn't even know it was available on the PlayStation, if I'm honest. I thought it fun content to make games for PCs only. I'm gonna give this one more go. Blocked by your character. If I get my character out of the way, then can I place it? Will it let me? Oh, actually that's... Is there anything else red? That's all supported. That's green, that's green, that's green. That all looks green. That looks actually not too bad. I'm not sure it's the right way around. Like it looks like the wrong way around. Oh, and it's just went off. And the thing is, like, if you do anything, you cannot. If you like jump, you can knock the thing off. Increase it. Confirm. I'm gonna knock this down because I'm wondering whether now I can just stand there and do it. Oh, this is way more challenging than I was expecting. Yeah, go for it. If you got some good anime work, I'd love to see what you do. Be careful if you're sharing a URL link, the bot will will wipe it. That's its kind of job. Mainly to stop kind of spammers coming in and advertising stuff, but you walk out maybe. Face it down. Well, it doesn't seem to wipe this time. Maybe if I oh, just knew that was going to happen. Try and build another block just a bit closer in a slightly different position. Tell you what, what are they climbing on there? Be higher. I did this from really high up when I did this, like with my test way of trying to place it down. Like when I placed it down as well on the test thing, I did still have the support issue thing, but I just assumed, well, it lets you kind of get that far, so surely it shouldn't even let you set it like that if it really has a problem with the support. This time. Foundation beneath the surface. Always moaning about something. Like, can you not just accept it? It was built here originally. Trying to lower it down, because by lowering it down it just kind of should mean all the foundation, but now it's like saying some of the foundation is below. Like, it's never winning. It should sound bright green if it's going to accept it at any point. Yeah, I think we'll have to build it again. But this time, when we build it, I'm going to have to do it differently. Maybe I build it on the ground, on the flat ground, and then we can just put it on a flat base. I think that's the issue. It's because I've built it and I've took the blueprint, and the blueprint's based off something that's not completely flat. If I spin it round, that won't make any difference. Actually, it says that. Oh, we've successfully placed it. Oh, love it. I just needed to spin it round. Issue resolved. Yeah. Sorry, just give me 1 second. My Discord. It is. There's a link to my Discord server. Help yourself to join it, and it's once you get access to it, it's all unlocked. It's not anything special. I have not really set it up properly. I've only literally set up the bare bones. So we've got our thing set up now. So now we should be able to just build, hopefully. Not enough materials. You knew that was happening. It's because I oh crap. Almost kill myself. But how high that was. That's in there. We'll need that to keep ourselves fluided. we should have plenty more building blocks, I'm hoping, in here. We have building blocks, but no space for me to provide them to myself. I'll tell you what I need to do. I need to build what I wanted to really build to start with. What do I need to build a... Once we can place down like a safe, that will make life 10 times easier. I keep calling it a safe, but yeah, it looks like a safe. Storage. Need fascinating ingots and a spice melange. I think it's, oh yeah, did I say 4? Might not have enough. Yeah, tell you what, put more of that in there. Then we can use more of these. Place more blocks down. Like place more blocks down. We'll free up more space, and then we'll do it that way. It's not the ideal way I wanted to do it. I did want to place a bit more of the other stuff down first. So this should actually be relatively fast once we get this going. I don't remember having that many like thickness on the main base, but maybe I did. Must have done. I can add you on Discord. What's your Discord name? I would say you can add me, but I do actually lock down my Discord. Mainly so I don't get nutters trying to speak to me every 2 seconds. You're about to put your Discord name in. The bot shouldn't tell you off for that. They shouldn't. I can't say one for 100%, but it shouldn't. Got space for that, so I should have to put at least some of them in now. Need to. How many do I need to build? 85. I need to just put a load back. let's go and place this down. Once we place this down, I think the assault ornithopter should be still within our land, so we should be able to. Just pull everything into it. God, it's hard work doing this. Don't get me wrong, it's like easy. It's like the fact that you have to do this every week, I don't mind too much. I think it's just a fact of getting used to it. But I've got to admit, it's like the first time it is pretty hard, nerve-wracking because you're not too sure about what to do. But yeah, I think once you get going with this, it gets out a lot easier. And after you do it the first time, it's obviously going to be way easier because you know what to expect. This week was definitely an experiment because I had obviously no idea exactly how hard it's going to be. Build of not holding anything in your hand. That is one of the most annoying things I find. And it is like once you get the blueprint down, it's amazing because look how fast we're literally putting in the main like infrastructure. It's like this is crazy. Like it didn't actually take us that long to actually build it because obviously I already knew what the design was. It was just a case of placing the foundation down, etc. But still, it's like the fact you have to do this every week would be a pain still having to put everything together properly and that. Probably have to go below to get some of these blocks because I don't think that's going down low enough. It's like not building all the layers. Did that not kept an eye on my water supply? Because I'm used to living in a base or being in an helicopter or being out in the desert, and when I'm doing the desert, I know to hydrate myself. When I'm doing this, I'm just concentrating on building a base, totally forgetting the fact that you still need to hydrate. Materials. Oh well, we don't have enough to build everything. Thought I thought I had enough to build the at least the exterior. Maybe I didn't bring enough of that stuff. Although obviously we have wasted a few blocks here, that's still not enough to. And we've obviously got one block over there. It's demolished. gonna put this up earlier. Give me a sunblock. Okay, the sun's on this side, so I'm just gonna build all the stuff that's on this side because that'll just help us when we're doing the other stuff. It still could be quite awkward because when I actually had to put this together, I actually have to normally put it in a particular way. I was just hoping that when I use the blueprint, I don't have to put it in that way for it to all fit together. But there is a chance I might have to. If it does, it means I'll have to reconstruct it. Not completely, but it just means I have to mess around with it quite a bit. Not enough materials. Okay. We need to go and get some more stuff from the base. Because I have no more blocks and I need the blocks to finish the rest. But we've got the startings of it. And I'm happy we've even just got it down with the blueprint being accepted, so that's a mission in itself. We're just confirming this is actually What's your Discord name though, Janet? Luna? I was waiting for you to provide me your name on Discord for me to perhaps find you. My Discord name is, well, actually it depends on what you're actually looking for, but you'll find it under The Real Hustler. At The Real Hustler is my thing. I'll check now and see if I didn't actually. Oh yeah, I can see it. I can see you. Okay, I've sent you the request, so you should get a request now. Everything I don't know right now. Just that in there. Okay, this is updating up. We're ready to go to run. So we only need to go back on the base once to get the remaining stuff. That should allow us to build the rest of the base and also all the interior compliances as well. He hopes. There is one thing I noticed actually, when I put it back in my base, and even though I changed the circuit, one thing I found is that it was still actually, when I was doing stuff in the base, well, mainly building, it would still take stuff from that box, rather annoyingly. But I also noticed that even though I wasn't built, even though I built a couple things, noticed it did take it, and I replaced it. One thing it did actually take out, or all of, and I have got no idea how it did it, is it moved all of the components that fill the wind turbine things that create the electricity, and I don't have an idea as to how it managed to move it from one box to another. And that was really annoying, because I had set stuff aside purposely so that it didn't do that, and it did. Did you get my request, Luna? I just sent you a message on the welcome channel, right, the public channel. I'm glad I don't use this thing much, because I've only done it for like a few trips, and the amount of fuel it's used. This thing's not the cheapest to fill. You said. Like a cheat way down. Take the banisters out. You just like switch down faster. You can't obviously do that going up, but it's a bit faster going down. Not sure I actually need these. Like, I might just keep these here because I can get scrap while I'm out there. But to be fair, it's not full, so let's make it. Let's take it. Oh yeah, Scout 1 I've got, that's why. I think some of this as well, because this is also when I went out earlier just to set up and claim the area. Don't need that. That was just extra stuff. I didn't realise that I was going to do what I did. Anymore. Take that. So we'll take the rest, I think, of that back. The only other thing we'll get as well is we do have some fuel in here. This is where the fuel went, so for whatever reason I don't understand how it did it, but the fuel somehow got transferred from the other part to down here. I'm hoping I don't need to take any of that, but we'll see if we can put any of it in our backpack. Probably the rarest thing. These fibers we could do taking them out, but like we can get that from the mining anyway that we'll do in the deep desert, so it's not a biggie. Like the stuff to make that is actually so much easier than getting the titanium. The titanium is the hardest material really when you're trying to make the metal out in the deep desert, because you can get plenty of the microfiber stuff that makes the spaghetti, but you can't get the titanium as easy. So the nodes are a lot less. That should be full, which it is. We'll just top up a little bit more water. Good to go. One thing, Luna, how do you find the performance on your computer? I've heard a lot of people say that they run the game fine, but they do have some kind of latency issues, glitching on the graphics and stuff. And do you prefer to play on your own time zone server, or do you play on a server outside your normal time zone? So for instance, I play on an American time zone server even though I'm based in Europe, I purposely do that so that I can maximize my gameplay for the PvE side of things, so that when I choose to do the PvP side of things, I do it at my choosing rather than trying to do the things I need to do for the PvE side of things so they can play the PvP side of things, because obviously you need the materials like the rarities and stuff like that, and it's hard to do that if you're getting ganked by being in a prime time environment. Where this is like a Mark 5 booster, but it's like barely does anything. Yeah, definitely. I'll check it out after the stream. So the stream will finish about 9 o'clock, and then I'll check out your work. Looking forward to seeing it. I do love a good piece of art, and I am, as a creative myself, who does do, you know, I delve in a bit of my own stuff, or mainly for like things like running a channel and things like that, but I do quite a lot of my own creatives, so I always like to see other people's work. I suppose it's like why I love games like this in some ways, is because you can create your own bases. That creative aspect allows you to kind of make something your own in a different way than what's just forced on you in games where, yeah, you can build stuff, but you're not making something truly unique, where in these types of games you can. Well, I need to offload a lot of stuff, or it's not going to get registered. I'm pretty sure I bought more blocks than I need to, but the reason why I have is because we just seem to go through way more blocks than I was expecting to build what we bought, and I was like, yeah, I was really expecting to have the shell built by now, and we still haven't. Like, I'm pretty sure I separated it all out so that we brought out all the stuff in the shell, so that's why I'm a bit perplexed. I knew that would happen as soon as I started falling. This is definitely in a different position than it was. Like, I don't know why it let us build it here and why it's done it the other way around. It seems like it's let us put everything back to the front. What was that? Don't want to build that. Not in that anyway. The granite is purely for Normally you guys won't have to watch me do this, but I thought it would be interesting for you guys to understand what you have to do each week if you haven't done it yourself, so that you guys that haven't yet come out to the deep desert and haven't done this or wasn't aware that you could do this know how this actually works and how, well, I would like to say how easy it is. It's not hard, but it's not as easy as it could be either. Like, could they make it easier? I think they could then. Maybe if they ignored like your foundation blocks that you put in, because the foundation blocks I think complicate this as to why it doesn't make it necessarily as easy as it could have been. They are giving it still not that hard, but okay, will it let me? It will let me put that in. I'm surprised. Trying to actually put that in is actually really hard when you're trying to put that in when you're building this actual design. You have to put it in a very particular order for it to let you put it in that very particular placement. It will go back to that side in a minute. We'll do this side first. If I can get the top ring on, I can put the roof on, and if I put the roof on, we'll be sheltered, and that will actually help keep water less used. Oh. Oh yeah, finish the flooring. For some reason, like the other one will select that middle thing, but this one doesn't seem to want to. Being blocked by another object. That's like one of the conundrums of this. Oh, I just done it again. I'm gonna kill myself in a minute. I don't have any more med bags on me. Be careful this time. Doesn't want to see like that. I'm going to demolish these stairs. Like this and these stairs, they were put in. Oh, now it'll let me do it. I wonder if it was those stairs that block it. There is a chance that might be the case. Although actually now it's not selecting it. Blocked by another object still. What is the object? Okay. Maybe just angle you hit it at. Weird. When we put the roof up as well, we do actually. I've got a really strong feeling because I don't think it's registered the penta shields. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it hasn't put the penta shields on. So while it does the main structure, it hasn't recognised absolutely everything. So it doesn't remember all of our interiors. Well, anything other than this floor, because that floor is there, but the rest of it isn't. We need to go and put the penta shields up because to put this actual roof on, you kind of need to build it like it is now, because if you try and put the penta shield on with all the parts filled in, it says something's blocking it, but it doesn't do that when it's like this. So you kind of just put enough to make a corner of the actual area that you want to put it up, and then you put the penta shield in. Seems really crazy, but it's what I found works, so I go with it. Oh, my thing died. It has died. Great. Well, just what I did need. Let's build a repairer. I do have all the stuff to build the repairer anyway, so it's fine. Whether or not I have to use resources to make the repair that I need for the building, that's another thing altogether. Iron. We only have 20. Do I? Oh yeah, that's fine. Like I said, I have got enough literally just to build what I needed to build. So that was the reason why it said 40 is because it's still taking into account not being in DD. I found that with some things it doesn't tell you straight away the right amount when you're out in the deep desert. Sometimes it does do it right, and sometimes when you look at the pre-build part, it still gives you the number for Haggar's Rift. Aluminium. We've got no aluminium. Get lost. I'm sure I brought aluminium out with me. I didn't. Oh, because it doesn't. I don't use it for building anything, do I? That is an absolute plain ball. Okay, we'll do it the other way. How am I going to do this? I know. I think I might have done it slightly differently last time, but we'll do it this way this time. We're going to need to build this, effectively. Weather object, because I have a plane in the way. Messiest landing ever. This will give us the purchase to get up to where we need to be, because you can't play. It's so high up, it doesn't quite register it from being down here. You need to be a bit higher up, which is when I put this up, I should be able to reach all the areas I need to reach. I can reach that corner, and then all I need to do is be able to reach that corner. It's a bit messy, but hey ho, we'll get there. Oh, snap. It'll snap to that, but it won't snap to that. Why? Why are you being a pain? Is it because it's the one way around? Oh yeah, I found that being an issue as well. It wants these blocks to be a particular way around. It's like so finicky. You know. Where let me put the actually no. We must have got it to fit this way last time. Because this is as it was. So it must have been this way around. Let's put that block back. Building bases. Painful. And you wonder why I don't normally stream this stuff. Okay, let's maybe start this side and then try the other side. It's so temperamental. Why it won't play game is the annoying aspect of what I found last time with this, but then I kind of worked out a way of getting it to work, and then just hoped that when it came to using the blueprint would solve it all. But it appears it doesn't. I still have the same issue of trying to deconstruct it. Just this time, with the help of a blueprint. That sun is like so annoying when you don't have a kind of shield up. It'll go to that corner but not to there. Why? Why'd you play with me this way? Game, you are annoying as hell. wonder if it's because it can register how much energy we've got and it won't let us go beyond the energy we've got. Like, I know it's not, because normally if you've got too much and you get the penalty shield put up, it will just down the whole power supply. But let's build another one just in case. But we'll build a few of them while we're doing it. Excuse for this being an issue, which it shouldn't be, but you never know, it might be. Okay, let's see this time whether it lets us do it, which I don't suspect it will, but for whatever reason this time it does actually seem to let us select it from the bottom, but still have the issue of it not coming to this. How annoying. No reason. That must be why, because the penalty shield is there, it's just not obvious that it's still actually there. So the penalty shields are actually there. They must be, even though I can't see them. It must be like half invisible. Build. No idea what's going on with that. The main roof penalty shield's up, so that's one thing. That's usually the hardest. Well, that has in the past been the hardest thing to put in. I think it either did register it at some point, and I think that is the case because I can't see the ones on the doors. Well, where the doors should be, the penalty shield doors. Maybe we'll try and put them in a minute, but I can't see them there. So I don't know whether I just managed to put it in, but I just couldn't get it to build straight away. They should have an open block that just lets you build the block rather than having to even be selected on these things, because rather than actually selecting the thing, it's just like saying nope, nope. blocked by another object. What, the pentashield? Well, yes, it might be blocked by the pentashield, but in my past experience, you have to put the pentashield up before you can put the inner blocks in. This time it's like saying the opposite. This game, I tell you what. Blocked by another object, blocked by another object. And the other object it's referring to is the pentashield. If we destroy the pentashield now, which we'll do, I can almost guarantee it'll let us build all those blocks. See? Okay, we'll try and do this back to front. Got a feeling it's going to say us we're about to put the pentashield up in a minute. Fun and games. See, this wouldn't be so painful if this game wasn't so finicky about how you put things together. Especially considering this is off the blueprint. I can't believe we've already spent almost 2 hours doing this. It only took me fucking 2 hours to make it the first time. And that was without using the blueprint. I'm now thinking this actually, other than making something exactly as it was before, has no benefit. It's just as hard from placing the blueprint to getting things to fucking go back together, because it doesn't like the order of which it's getting put together. Here's the big question. Do you reckon it's going to let us put the pentashield in? Like, I almost think definitely not, but we'll see. Oh, it did. Wow. It did it without refusing. Wow, that's a first. Pentashield and roof all done. Sides all done. Just need to put the side finishing touches in and we're pretty much done. All before I almost die again because of first and don't have any meds. So when it comes to putting these in as well, we actually have to put like the flat ones in, and that's purely because when we're putting this gate in, where the actual main sort of legs of the gate go in, it won't let us put a structural block. You can put a structural block in this part, if I remember rightly. Or maybe not. But you could, but maybe you can't. Or it's because we've got that in. Yeah, it's probably because we've got that in. Why? You could demolish that. That's why. It's got that in. That side part done. Yeah, didn't include all our lights. I've got lights and everything that I normally put up as well. I didn't include all of them. Yeah, I've got to admit, I'm not hugely impressed with the blueprint thing. Maybe it'll grow on me in time. Do I think it's any easier? Not really. Like this base design I've got here is a reconstruction of what's actually on top of my real base. Apart from, and when I say real, I mean the one that's in Haga base. But it's not actually a hard design to put together, other than trying to get the penta shield on the top. There is a bit of that's a bit finicky. But apart from that, the rest of it's actually like all of this. It's like it's actually really fast and easy to put together. The whole base design was purposely built so that it had fast construct and easiness to put together. You put the main base down, and once you've got the main base down, the rest should be straightforward. Have I really run out of resources? How? Oh, I tell you why. Because I literally have enough to build the whole thing, and I've literally bought everything, and I've overbuilt some things. I'm thinking that shouldn't be possible, but yes, we've got some extra things that we shouldn't have. But not much, actually. I think we might be a bit short. Yeah, we're definitely a bit short. Materials. We are 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 pieces short. Yet we brought back exactly what we had. So it must mean that when the base is dead, so the base, even these bases, do get some damage over time. I did wonder whether or not that took a small amount out of how much material you get back. Like, so when they say you get all your materials back, I think you get all of your materials back that aren't damaged, but because some of it is damaged, you get a percentage of it back. Now in these you get pretty much 98% of the material back, but I think the shortfall we've got now is that degradation of, like, from the time the base was up fully last time. This is essentially how much material we've lost from it, annoyingly. I have got some extra stuff that we can make, but we don't have enough of the base material because you need at least 200 units to put it in production. I don't have 200 units, I have about 80. I've also got to remember where I put everything now, because I did come up with a really good design and hoping it would keep where it was, but it didn't put all the interior things in. Bricks. I only have, I think, my power goes down. Nobody does that when the power goes down, unless the storm's just gone past. That's possible. Oh, that's why. The storm's just gone past. So when the storm goes past, it actually takes out your shields. And when you've seen all the blue go down, that's a sign of the shields either going up or the shields coming down. The shields have gone down because there's a storm that's gone past. We still can't be attacked because we're in a PvP area, but you should be aware still that your shields will still go down in the PvE area, even though a player won't be able to do anything and cause any damage to your base in the same way as they can't in Haggard's Rift. Actually thinking about it, I've just thought some of our stuff's outside. It won't take much damage out there. Don't worry, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. We've got like one of the energy things out there in the main unit. I know we won't take much damage because I did actually leave when I tried to net land claim this. Initially, I just left the unit out there, and then just as I did that, a storm moved in, and I was like, oh, can't believe that. Just as I was about to put everything out there, and I came back to it, and there was a little bit of damage on it. Not a huge amount, but there was a little bit of damage on it. That's why I put it in the square box, because I was just going to leave it on just like one block with the power thing next to it, just to generate the shield for it. Because you don't really need the walls. It's a PV area, so no one can do anything. But yeah, the storms can cause damage. That's why I end up building the box. Never mind. So we've got 80 of these, but I'm pretty sure this is 200 to put into production. These blocks. 250. Oh, actually no, 200. And water. Oh yeah, we don't have any water. Oh well, we do have water, but I need to build a reservoir as well. For now, I'm putting the reservoirs up here, but the intention is I won't keep them up here. The long term, probably they will for this cycle, but in future iterations, they will not be staying up here. This is the reason why we rarely bought the water containers, because this just allows us kind of to transfer the water from here, from the base to here. And I did it vice versa as well, so the water that I had here, I did take as much as I could back to the base. Not like doing purposeful runs, but any run that I was doing, I tried to make sure that I filled up here and then emptied it while I was back at the base. I should take just a little bit to keep on me, just in case. Well, it would put it in that one, wouldn't it? Like the more damaged one. Normally it does it the other way around. Normally it like not do it. It'll normally like do it, but not put it in the more damaged one. This time it puts it in the damaged one. Does everything the way you don't want it to. At least for me. Alright. I've got water now for that, so I just need to go and get some basalt. Black rocks. There actually is one next to here, down here. Which I can't see now. So I'll have to go further away. Oh, there is one. Actually, no, that's aluminium. The only thing is with these basalt ones is like there's so much like scrap iron. Well, just literally this. Well, that's basalt as well, but there's normally so much salvage around that the salvage blocks look like these as well. So from a high distance, half the time I can't tell the difference between the basalt and those. It's easy when you're further out in the deep desert, you don't really get that much salvage out there, but around here you get tons of it. Like all those blocks there, they're all salvage. I think that's a basalt one over there. How many units have you got now? 260, that's enough to do one run. That's enough to give us 250 blocks, which is more than enough to finish one. There's the shield goes back up. So the shield goes back up after 5 minutes of the storm, knocking the shield out. So So not when the actual storm disappears, it's actually when they actually go down to the point of when they go back up is 5 minutes. Now if you were out in the deep desert in the PvP area, that is 5 minutes that you will need to basically break into your base, potentially get to your power units. So anything like this, you don't want anything like these, because these are extremely hard, if not impossible to hide. Well, they are actually hard, impossible to hide. You can have these, but you would have to just use them as supplementary power for using when you need to use them. How I like use them at the main base, rather than as a primary power supply like I'm using them here, just because they're so cheap to run. But yeah, it's you need like the generators that look more like these, and those the original small generators. They're okay. Yeah, you need a lot of them to power anything significant, but you need generators that you can hide away. Either that or spice powered ones, which I've noticed from the PvP videos I've watched on YouTube. A lot of the bases being raided tend to use those out in the PvP zones, just because they give out 1,000 power, and they're relatively small in comparison to the amount of volume they use up in order to place them down. So you can hide them away quite well. When players are actually raiding the bases, though, their aim is to try and get to your power supply, because if they can take out your power supply before before your shields potentially come back on, you can stop the shields from coming back on, and that gives you then more time to find the actual main unit. And the main unit, once you get the main unit and destroy that, then you can place your own down and take over the base. And that's kind of really what you're aiming to do from a PvP perspective. Give me. So, my remembering for future, I need enough for at least 4 extra blocks, probably, than what I take back. I'd say like an extra 5 blocks, so 5 normal blocks, 12 per unit. So I'd say for the safe side you probably need an extra 60, because with the degradation you're going to basically lose that in material, even though you get all your material kind of back minus degradation. And it's only the outside ones that degrade. Obviously all the inside stuff it isn't. It's just the stuff that basically where a storm hits, the storm damages stuff. So all the external facing areas. Although actually it could also be, oh actually there is something I've just thought of as to why we might have actually used more blocks. It could be that we've placed this higher, because this does actually seem higher up. So it could be that this is higher up, and if it is higher up as well, we've had to use more structural units in order to fill everything in. That's also a possibility. I don't know. I've not heard anyone else complain about what I've just noticed, so maybe it could be that. Okay, one thing I need to do is I do need to get some aluminium. So I need to go and farm some of that. And then we put that into production. Tell you what, it's like for one evening you're going to literally waste your evening just setting this back up, getting yourself back on your feet, so that you can then continue the rest of the week. That's what it seems like to me. I was kind of hoping it wasn't, but I think it's going to be. It's always fun and games in this. Vengeful. I keep taking damage coming down this because I don't have a suspender thing is damaged, and that falls just a little bit too much for you not to take any damage. I just used up the water. I don't want to do that much. We'll do. How many did we need? We didn't even that many, did we? We need like 15. Well, we'll grab 15. This is why I end up hoarding stuff out here, because I always end up finding I need more. At some stage I will set this up properly and put circuits in, but I'm not going to be doing that on the stream. I'm not going to put you through all that turmoil. As it is, actually, we should be finishing the stream now because it is 9 o'clock. And these are only 2 hours. However, I will let you see the final parts of me building this, so we're not too far away, to be fair. So I will put the pentashield side doors in. I think we build enough power units to power it all. We'll soon find out, because the power will go down if I haven't. So far so good, one more to go. This is where the power goes down. Or not. Oh, we have enough. How much power do we have left? Not doing too bad. I'll start moving some of this stuff to the right places where they'll actually live. Look for that. Why it does that is like, why doesn't it just automatically make it flat for you? Not as if I rotated it. Get the things that we've left outside. I haven't forgotten about you. Some of this is like a bit squished in, so when I'm off the stream, I'll be because I have OCD when it comes to some of these things, and I like things to be in a particular way. I will spend like probably a few hours just putting things exactly how I like them. Even though I know this is like going to only be a week, it will do my head in when I see stuff that's not aligned right, because every time I see it, it will just grate at me. So I'd rather just spend the time to put them back how I like them. Okay, so that stuff's in now. Oh, that's not actually damaged. Alright. Unusual. Last time. Actually, I'll tell you why it's probably damaged than it wasn't the first time, is because... Actually, that doesn't make any sense. The storm couldn't have come across over here far enough. Because last time the shield was up and stuff, so... And it still takes damage. And obviously the building takes damage even when the shield's up anyway, so... Yeah, they should have took damage and they haven't. Just that the storm came over far enough. It definitely did the last time, because I actually had to move my ornithopter and everything right up the way because I didn't want all of that to take damage, and I didn't have any shelter. I was in the assault copter and the assault ornithopter. You can't zap and pick up. Okay, so that is the main base all set up. It took us a record-breaking 2 hours. Okay, it might take about 10 minutes out for the extra trip that we had to do. However, yeah, that's not the best news. I was hoping it would take us about an hour max. I thought it was to take us actually just as about as, maybe a little bit longer than it took us to deconstruct the base. Because deconstructing the base did take quite a while, to be fair. Longer than I expected, but still quite fast. Where this was way longer than I expected. I did not think from using the blueprint it would take us 2 hours to get to this stage, and this is just the shell. Okay, arguably all the little things inside here won't take very long to put together and move in and put in the right places, but it still takes quite a while. Anyway, thanks very much for today. I hope you enjoyed today's stream. Luna, I will check out your material. I look forward to looking at it. And as for everyone else, please enjoy your day today. Have a great evening. Enjoy your gaming, and do check us out again in future. If you love the content, please consider subscribing. And no matter what your platform you're on, enjoy your day. Thanks very much, and good evening. Lou out.